Talk about the long and the short of U.S. swimming hopes. You're usually talking about Janet Evans on the short end. She's just 5'5". On the long end, you talk about Matt Biondi. He's 6'6". He's got a big race on tap this afternoon against West Germany's Michael Gross. Now, Michael Gross is a true superstar in the sport of swimming. He was the dominating male swimmer at the '84 Olympics, winning 2 golds and 2 silver medals. Well, now he's in Seoul, and he's fighting for a top billing with Biondi. Let's spend a moment in time now with Michael Gross. 8 years ago, a gangly 16-year-old from Frankfurt mounted the blocks of the 1980 European Swimming Cup. Amused onlookers dubbed him the Albatross for his lanky limbs and clumsy appearance. Little did they know how far this bird would fly. Michael Gross is perhaps the most dominant swimmer of the 80s. He has garnered 4 world and 13 European titles. Although he won 2 gold medals at the LA Olympics, he may be best remembered for the defeat he suffered there. It came in the 4x200m freestyle relay, West Germans against the United States. The American strategy had been to race their fastest swimmers at the start, and by the time Gross hit the water, the Americans led by 3 meters. But the long strokes of the Albatross soon made up time but left him spent. The American, Bruce Hayes, swimming the leg of his life, barely inched out an exhausted Gross at the finish. Gross had swum the fastest 200-meter relay leg of all time, but lost.
Anyone can win. That's no problem at all. But to defeat disappointment and to learn from the experience and to pull the lessons out of it brings much more to life.
Defeats are few and far between for Gross. He just keeps getting faster. Only one person isn't fully convinced that the Albatross will continue to soar, and that is Michael himself.
I never thought about becoming a great swimmer. I had no ambitions along those lines until 1979. And then all of a sudden it somehow just exploded. I'm really amazed that I continue to improve, even though I've thought for the last couple of years that I've been swimming at the very limits of my potential.
He may be unassuming, but do not assume that Gross is shy. As one of the most popular personalities in all of West Germany, he is constantly in demand, but stays level-headed.
If I'm doing a commercial, then I must be completely convinced, and I don't just do it for money. I'm really quite an idealist, and I'm a man of my convictions, and that's the way I conduct myself.
He is outspoken in other ways, too. A student of political science in Frankfurt, he recently joined a group of noted West German scientists in a petition against the militarization of outer space, specifically Star Wars. Michael Gross is very sure of his values. He is also sure about what he wants, and that includes the good life. On vacation with the West German team on Lanzarote Island off the coast of Morocco, he relishes the time alone. Gross is as matter-of-fact about his future as he is about his phenomenal success in the pool.
Almost by accident, I've had some success in swimming. But swimming is not everything there is in life. Life can offer new things that even when you're 80 or 90 years old, you can always experience new things. You're never done learning.
Michael Gross just about ready to take on his first final here in Seoul. Standing in his way, a formidable obstacle, America's Matt Biondi, who's looking for 7 goals from these games. At least he has a chance to win 7 and equal Mark Spitz's record. Let's go out to the indoor swimming pool once again. Don Cricky, John Neighbor.
Thank you, Brian. You're talking about Biondi having a regimen here and racing at the Olympic Games like the 7 labors of Hercules. He's going for 7 gold medals. This was not supposed to be his best event, the 200-meter freestyle, but he qualified in very good form yesterday. Second best qualifier behind Wodat of Poland. And the world record holder, John, is in the race. Michael Gross of West Germany qualified 3rd, but he's the guy to beat, I think.
No question about it. This is one of the most excited matchups that the Olympic swimming events have to offer. You know, in the history of the Olympic Games, no man has ever successfully defended a title in the 200-meter freestyle. Gross has the first shot. He still has the world record, although it's 4 years old. This is the man, the Albatross himself, Michael Gross. And the challenge, of course,
right in front of him.
You remember he had a beard in the preliminaries. He shaved it off. He's really concentrating on this. Both athletes had their own opinion as to how this event would turn out. We spoke with them earlier.
Here's Michael Gross on his strategy.
On the last lap, I think maybe who is leading on the 150-meter mark will be finished maybe 4th or 5th.
It's going to be a great final. It's going to be, you know, whoever's on can take it. I think there are 4 or 5 people in the heat who have the capability to win the gold medal, and I hope I'm on tomorrow.
This was the final, the consolation, the preliminary heat yesterday. Biondi's leading there in the air. Above him is Vodat. They turn at the 150. Biondi's got a body length lead, but with 1 length of the pool remaining, Vodat there breathing, looking at his competition, looking at Biondi. They knew where they were. The distance man, who's currently the world record holder in the 400-meter freestyle, Vodat from Poland, just goes right by him. Biondi still with the full long stroke. He doesn't look like he's tying up. He's still very efficient, but he let the Polish swimmer go by. The Polish swimmer, top qualifier, Artur Vodat. He trains at Mission Viejo in California. He's going to be enrolling at the University of Iowa. He's going to be enjoying American competition for years to come. Here in a match-up race with Biondi, goes right by him.
Now let's meet the swimmers. In lane 1 from the German Democratic Republic is Stefan Zessner, East German swimmer. Lane 2, a young American who's 20 years old today, Troy Dalby of San Jose, California, swimming in lane 2. Lane 3, the world record holder in this event, and he did it in winning gold at Los Angeles in '84, Michael Gross of West Germany. The albatross, the man who sweeps through the water with that 7-foot-4-inch arm span. In lane 5, the fastest qualifier from Poland is Artur Wodat, 20 years old, swimming in lane 4. In lane 5, the American hope, going for 7 medals in this Olympic game, is Matt Biondi, almost 6'7", from Moraga, California. A graduate of the University of California at Berkeley, a member of an NCAA water polo championship team, All-American water polo player also. But Matt Biondi has trained perhaps as no American swimmer has ever trained getting ready for this, and he swam so well. This is not a specialty, but he's a threat to win gold here also. The 200 meters a little bit longer than he usually likes to go. Duncan Armstrong of Australia will be swimming in lane 6. The Aussies always ready. In lane 7, from West Germany, a former swimmer for the University of Southern California and a bronze medalist in this event behind Gross and Mike Heath, is Thomas Farner. Farner of West Germany. And the 1987 European champion on the 200-meter freestyle, there he is swimming in lane 8 from Sweden, Anders Holmertz. It is 4 lengths of the 50-meter pool. There is Michael Gross's world and Olympic record, set back in 1984. The American record is held by Matt Biondi. Set that in the qualifying heat at Austin, Texas.
You know, they are bouncing around a little bit, trying to get their pulse rate up without stressing any of the muscles. So the swinging of the arms, jumping up and down, that's all part of a pre-race routine that everyone likes to do.
They've met before, Gross and Biondi, in fact, before they swam in a final at the World Championships in Madrid in '86. They're on lanes next to each other as they are today. And Gross turned to Biondi and said, "Matt, let's race."
Great commentary.
So there they are, the top people in the middle, Gross, Wodat, and Biondi.
That's world record holders in the 100, 200, and 400-meter freestyle, all meeting in middle ground. What a thrill. They're both, I predict, Gross and Biondi are going to go out for it. Vodat's going to be in the middle, and he's going to be pulled along by their wake. And he's got the endurance to make a charge towards the end. Remember, Gross said whoever leads at the 150 is not even going to get a medal. They expect a big back half of this race. And let's not forget Troy Dalby, the other American, up in lane 2. He beat Biondi in the finals of the Olympic trials.
There's Troy Dalby, 20 years old today, from San Jose, California. Swam very well in the trials in qualifying yesterday. Matt Biondi stands almost 6'7". And his arch rival Michael Gross is almost 6'8", but his arm span is unbelievable. Michael Gross, from fingertip to fingertip stretched out, his arm span is 7'4". We're ready to go now to finals of the men's 200-meter freestyle, and we have the oftentimes false start coming here as we get a man getting wet early. That's Michael Gross.
You know, I don't know why I didn't see that one coming. There's a lot of tension on the blocks. These athletes are a little bit jittery.
Gross, John, as we heard him say earlier, thinks the man who touches the wall for the final turn at 150 meters isn't going to win it. What do you think of that?
Well, it's certainly, that's why they have the race, to see what goes on. You see Gross jumping in the water. Wasn't as if he was trying to hold himself back. Gross, third down, he just leans out and goes. Not a major issue with him. There's 3 false starts available. On the third one, you're disqualified. Gross just wanted to get wet and loosen up.
Gross has bulked up somewhat. He's heavier than he was at the European Championships at Strasbourg in August of 1987. He didn't swim a whole lot here in Seoul since he's arrived. He is honed to such a fine, sharp edge and ready.
Now, he came up with his own nickname in a jesting session with a Western journalist. He called himself Albatross as a lark, and it caught and swept over the world.
They're away, and second start is a good one. 4 lengths of the 50-meter pool. The men's 200-meter freestyle, the gold medal race. Matt Biondi is out nicely.
Going for it right off the bat. Bingo, half a body length lead at 25 meters.
Great dive for Biondi, but this is 4 lengths now. This is a bit longer than the sprints he's used to. Swimming well in lane 8. Near the bottom is Anders Holmertz. In the yellow cap, Biondi will go to the wall to the first turn with the lead. Holmertz with a good turn now, starting to challenge Matt Biondi.
0.8 of a second ahead of world record pace. He's going out for it, as we saw. Look how deliberate his entry is, how cleanly he puts his hands in the water. You see them extending ahead of him after they penetrate the pool, so he can get a full sweeping motion with his arm.
Matt Biondi still has the lead, although it looks like Holmertz at the bottom in lane 8 might go to the wall right with them. Just about dead even through the first 100 meters. So they are out through the first half of the race, and they are still faster than the world record.
0.8 of a second ahead of record pace. You see Biondi looking left. He's looking at Holmertz. There's nobody between them. He sees that's where the competition is. And look at the draft he's providing for Duncan Armstrong. Armstrong sailing on the wake.
And here comes Michael Gross of West Germany. Michael Gross trying to catch Biondi. That is Biondi in the middle pool. You see Gross right in the middle now as they go to the final turn. 50 meters to swim. Biondi with the lead by the narrowest of margins. Still under the world record split. Biondi of the USA swimming first. Duncan Armstrong, the Australian, swimming very well in lane 6. Matt Biondi and Duncan Armstrong. And now it looks like Armstrong of Australia is going to take it in. Holmertz coming hard, so is Biondi. An upset winner from Australia. Duncan Armstrong, a 20-year-old from Brisbane, comes from behind in the final 50 meters, and he wins Olympic gold. Matt Biondi was third. The second place finisher, the Swede Anders Holmertz. Michael Gross, the world record holder, did no better than 5th.
That world record fell. Australia with a new world record, and he did it on a free ride on Matt Biondi. Biondi was afraid of the guy to Vodat, and so he moved away from him. Not going to give the Polish swimmer the draft. Let's take a look at this. At 125 meters, Biondi's got a full body length lead. He's all alone, full body length lead. Armstrong sensing, gee, I can sort of hang along for the ride. It's like drafters and biking and cycling. You get close, you can just pick it up. And Armstrong just moves on in. This is a textbook example of how to draft. Biondi all alone right now. Absolutely no competition going into the wall, except down here. Holmertz turns even in first. Now watch this. Armstrong next to him, sucking next to the lane line. Biondi is coming in this side. He's staying away from Wodat. And what happens? Armstrong just body surfs this wave all the way to the wall. You don't swim on the lane like that by accident. He knows exactly what's going on. Look, Biondi's moving in. Biondi moved down, moving down closer to the other lane line. It's an easy draft all the way. And reaching for the wall. Gold medal, Australia. I can't even believe it.
So Duncan Armstrong, the 1986 Commonwealth Games champion in this event. His best international finish in world competition was in '86 at the World Championships, where he finished 6th. But when it's all on the line, Duncan Armstrong, an amazing Aussie, comes from Aus. And Wilby of Australia comes from off the pace to win Olympic gold. Biondi, swimming out, was 3rd. Now let's go back to Bryant Gumbel.
This medal update is brought to you by Prudential. Though there are no national team totals kept in the Olympic records, everyone, of course, will wind up as these days move along, adding up the totals won by the various countries. You can see right now the United States has captured 4 medals in all, the 1 gold coming on the strength of Janet Evans' performance in the 400 IM. The Soviets have also captured 4 medals, their 1 gold coming in shooting. East Germany, the German Democratic Republic, has come in with 3 medals so far, the 2 golds captured by Kristen Otto and also the other one in cycling. And the People's Republic of China has 3 medals to date, the 1 gold coming in diving. The men's 200-meter freestyle is history. Let's go to John Neighbor. He's got the gold and bronze medalist. John?
Thank you, Brian. Duncan, congratulations. You won the gold medal in your wildest dreams. Did you anticipate this happening?
Well, my coach, Laurie Lawrence, and I have been working very hard on my second 100 of a 200, being a 400 swimmer as well. So if I could stick with Matt on the way out, I was hoping to run him down on the way back.
Tell us the truth. How much of a factor was the draft? You got a great drag off of Matt on the 150.
Oh, I just tried to use every advantage I could get, and Matt's got this huge wave, so I just jumped into the trough and body surfed in.
Well, congratulations on the gold medal. Matt, a bronze medal, that takes the monkey off your back. No more Mark Spitz comparisons. What are you going to concentrate on next?
Well, that's my second event. I got 9 more 100 flies coming up tomorrow, and I'm out of the 200s. I have a relay left, but other than that, it's going to be 100s and 50s. And, you know, I feel really good about what happened. I think of all the things, I swam my race and I swam within lane 5, and that's what I need to do here. And I think I swam good enough to win. Obviously, it wasn't good enough.
Well,
got to hand it to him.
It was still a good swim. Congratulations to both of you. Now we go back to Brian.
Okay.